Hello, 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 everyone. How are you? Hope you're having a fantastic, the most incredible day ever. And may peace be upon you. Thank you for watching this video. I'm really, really excited to be doing this video, this client interview, this training with my amazing client, Stephen. There he is. Hello, Stephen. And today before that, let me just ask. How many of you would absolutely love to book calls, to consistently book calls every day without a penny on ads? If that is you, click on the hearts and the likes button. Click on the hearts and the likes button. If you're catching us live, type in 1. If you're catching us on a replay, type in 2. If you're new to us, type in 3 so that we can reach out and say, hello, Mahmoud, how are you? Hope you're awesome. Thank you for the hearts and the likes. Thank you for the hearts and the likes. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm just going to add Stephen while we're talking. Oh. Here we go. Let me just give me a minute so that I can add Stephen there. Here we go. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Dihar. I'm a money coach and I am the author of the upcoming bestseller book, Make a Sale a Day. I was also featured on Fox TV as one of the female leaders spotlight. I have a PhD from one of the best universities in the world, and I have helped many entrepreneurs to attract more clients and make more sales without a penny on ads or complicated funnel. Add Stephen in there. Today we have an amazing training for you, amazing interview for you that is the 5 steps that's gonna help you to book calls consistently. Hello, Stephen. How are you?
What's up? How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you, my neighbor? You live
Good,
a few
good,
miles
good.
down from me, but I hardly see you. Don't you ever shop at Target anymore?
Target, I know. I have been cheating on Walmart, you know?
There you go. So today, Stephen, we have an incredible training prepared for everybody. It's about the 5 power steps to book calls consistently. So Stephen, before we start, that's right, 5. Give us a high 5, people. And comment below where you're catching us from. We would love to know. I'm here in California. And Stephen, you're in?
California, right down the street.
Exactly. That's why we've got the Californian tan going on here. The Californian tan. And comment below, okay, where you're catching us from. We would love to know. So, Stephen, before we start, share a little bit about yourself and a little bit about what you do.
Sure. How's it going, everybody? My name's Stephen Paluszek. So a little bit about my story. Started coaching about a year ago now, a little bit over a year. And I wanted to go out and do productivity coaching. I feel like I really had an ability to help people become more productive in their business. And like I guess probably many of you can relate, I went out there and I'm like, I can help my friends and some of them with businesses. And I was all over the place. Anyone I wanted to help. But then after a little while, I realized that as much as I wanted to help everyone, I had to niche down a little bit and pick a specific niche. And that's when I really resonated with the realtors. It's something that I've had some previous experience in real estate, being around realtors, and just seeing the big difference between, there's all different levels. There's some highly successful ones.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, 87% of realtors fail out within 5 years. So it's a high fail out rate. And I wanted to really go in and change that. So
absolutely.
Yeah, got into realtors and helped. Yeah, it's amazing. Really, absolutely love it. Love working with those people in that business. Yeah, it's been amazing. And what I do is offer my program. It's 6-figure realtors. And what my real specialty is helping realtors scale up to 6 figures and beyond with my coaching program.
Fabulous. So Stephen helps realtors to hit 6 figures and beyond with his amazing program. Hi, Zane. Thank you for catching up with us. How are you? I think, Zane, you're catching us from England, right? If I'm not mistaken, now we've got to talk British now and change to the British accent now. Hey, Zane. So, Stephen, it's incredible what you do because, like you said, 87% fail within the first 5 years, which leaves only 13%, right? 13% who make it. Like basically, the 10 that goes in, they're already kind of like failing before they start. And Stephen was like, none of this is not happening, because why should only 13% of realtors make it? Where Stephen has the solution to make it happen, right, Stephen?
Exactly. 100%.
Fantastic. So, Stephen, let's kind of like go back before. Like, what kinds of challenges were you facing when you were starting up your coaching business? So, what kind of challenges were you facing? Because I'm sure that a lot of the viewers that are watching today has similar experiences, and they'll be like, I just want to give up. I just want to give up. So, why don't you share a little bit of your challenges and how did you overcome those?
Yeah, so I think probably one of my biggest challenge, which I think almost anyone can resonate with, is where do I start? This is something I
Mm,
never did, coaching, and then when I go online, it seems that all I can see is the top coaches around, the
right.
Tony Robbins, the this person, and I'm
Yeah.
thinking, who am I to
Mm,
to get to their level? Where do I even start? How do
yeah.
I get clients? I never was in marketing in this aspect of
Mm-hmm.
getting clients online and selling just my program
Mm-hmm.
100% something that I put together. So that was a lot of
Mm,
self-doubt and things
mm,
like that were the biggest things overcoming at the beginning. But
yeah.
I believe how I overcome it was probably just belief and just trusting
Mm-hmm.
in myself and trusting in my vision. So having somewhere I
Mm,
wanted to go, pushing towards that, but also getting
mm-hmm.
mentors and getting people around me that were just a little bit out in front of me. So if I seen someone I thought, wow, they've been coaching for 2 years or 5 years
Yeah.
or 10 years, let me connect with them. Let me get
Yeah.
in and speed up my process. Because if I try to figure it out all myself, it's going to take me an extremely long time. It's going to be a really long road for sure.
Yeah, long road and frustrated. And it is a little bit scary, isn't it, Stephen? It's very, very scary, especially when you're starting off, you've never done this before, or you were in another areas of career and then starting this, something new. And like you said, seeing all these coaches shouting out, hey, I made this amount, I made this amount, Tony Robbins and that. And you'd be like, I haven't made any money yet. I'm not making very much money yet. And then you're just like, ugh, this is not for me. But I think like a lot of you can relate to what Stephen is sharing. Like Stephen did not give up. He didn't just say like, okay, I've had enough. Like he kept on going and moving, keep on reaching out to people, asking for support, surrounding himself. And like he said, like just um, doing it, being out there every single day, because in a way, like people think that business kind of like, okay, I'm just gonna do it, right, Stephen? Okay, I'm just gonna switch from corporate to business, but they haven't got any steps or any strategies or any system, or just okay, I'm just gonna post on Facebook, and then they post a cat. I'm like, why? It's just so hilarious, and it's not like hilarious, but the challenges are real, isn't it, Stephen? The challenges that people face, the self-doubt, it was
Yeah.
real. It could be crippling at
And
some
I think it's
point.
those, yeah, it's those things that aren't, I don't even know, like you can't see them. Like
Mm,
only I feel them. I felt like they're the ones that I feel
mm,
deep in my stomach or when I go to bed at night. But
mm.
even like you said, switching from one app to going into
Yeah.
entrepreneurship and realizing, oh, at first it's like, oh, I could do this, it'd be fun, but there's a lot of things that have to go on.
Yeah.
Organization was a big
Yeah.
thing for me. Getting everything organized, getting it in a system. That alone was a huge hurdle I had to get over.
Absolutely. I'm so glad that you did, Stephen. I'm so glad that you did, because Stevens is now really smashing it with helping his clients. One of his clients just secured $1 million deal on a realtor, on a real estate. So that's like totally incredible. Totally incredible to be able to secure that. And Stephen had, like you were one of the people that contributed to that person's success. So I'm glad you didn't quit, Stephen. I'm glad you kept moving on.
Yeah, and that's in the book Think and Grow Rich. Many of the coaches probably read it, but there's
Mm-hmm.
the chapter on persistence, and he says the
Mm.
guy was 3 feet from gold and he quit.
Yeah.
And it's like they say that every person has this persistence test where
Mm-hmm.
we have to push through. And I read it and I thought, okay, cool. But then when I'm really tested in that environment, or I'm really coming up like, dude, I
Yeah,
just want to quit. And I'm like,
yeah.
I don't know, the persistence test, it's real. It's really real. And I think it weeds out the people
Mm,
that push through and really want it to everyone
mm.
else.
Exactly, because there's some coaches be like, okay, how long have you been doing this? Only a few months, but it's this and that. I'm like, okay, dudes, like we've been in business for years now. Okay, I've been an entrepreneur for 10 years. You just gotta, and you're gonna quit for even like a few months. Like how are you being of service or making a difference to people if you just wanna quit? Like Stephen, he can just say, okay, I'm done now. I'm just gonna go back to whatever it is that I was doing before. But Stephen kept on going every single day. And since I know him, he's just been moving and moving and moving and moving and moving. And that's why he kept, able to be making those results, booking calls, making sales, booking calls, making sales. So I think we kind of like moving into now, Stephen, of the main topic of our discussion today. Exactly. Everybody, we want you to comment five power steps. This is like really power, power, power. If I'm not saying it enough, it is power steps for you to consistently book calls without a penny on ads, because you can choose to spend money on ads, which is cool too, but Stephen chose not to. He chose to kind of like, okay, I'm just going to do it this way, not having any money, not having any penny on ads, and this is how he did it. So, is everybody ready? I hope they're ready. Stephen, do you think they're ready?
Let's go. I'm ready.
Let's go. So, if you're ready, click on the hearts and the likes button. Okay, click on the hearts and the likes button. Stephen, 5 power step. Let's nail this. Let's add value to people's lives so that they can start to book calls consistently, make more money in the business. What is the number one step, Stephen?
Yeah. So the number one step for me is really what's your market and what
Mm-hmm.
do they want? Like
Mm.
it's all about them. And this is
Yes.
something that I was probably one of my biggest things because I started off
Mm-hmm.
coaching and I'm thinking,
Yeah.
I know what they want. They want this. So my favorite example for me when I
Yeah.
started with realtors,
Yeah.
originally I thought they want more time. That's what they would
Okay.
want. And I'm
Uh-huh.
thinking, okay. So I went out there and I was like, I help you save time. I help you save time.
Yeah.
But then as I
Yeah.
got on the phone and started asking realtors,
Mm-hmm.
where are you at now? What's your
Mm-hmm.
goal? What do you want to get into? And nobody really said time is my problem, and I had
Right.
it so concrete in my head that time is what
Mm.
they want. But then I learned what did most of them want. Most of them would
Yeah.
say, I get a deal here, I get a deal here, but I would
Mm-hmm.
love to make 6 figures in the next 12 months. I would love to make
Fantastic.
$10,000 a month. And
Mm-hmm.
after a few calls and talking in the niche, I thought it's
Mm-hmm.
what they want. And then, yeah,
Absolutely.
realizing that saying, hey, would you like to hit 6 figures? Not I help do this and because
Mm.
it's not it doesn't resonate with you. You want to hear, I mean, we want to hear, we care about ourselves first. What do I
Yeah.
want? I can help
Yeah.
you make me. And then it resonates a lot deeper. And that was a huge breakthrough for me was diving into the niche. Like I said, at first I went out there very
Mm.
naive. I know what they want. I got this. And then I
Right.
realized, wait, maybe this isn't what they want.
Yeah, exactly. So for those of you who are listening and watching, I want you to type in them. It's all about them. So comment below them is all about the market in a way. Like what I'm learning from Stephen is that first Stephen just went out and do it. Like he's like, even though it's not exactly what the market wants, but Stephen was just like, okay, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna say time. It's basically action before perfection. And this is one of the things, don't you agree, Stephen, that stops people? This
100%. That's a
perfection.
perfect point you made right there
Mm-hmm.
because if I were one to watch this video or I see someone find out what the
Mm.
market wants and I'm like, okay, I gotta
Yeah,
find out what they want before I take action. I have to know what they want. But it's
exactly.
fine if I go out there and start messaging people and then they say, well,
Mm-hmm.
time isn't that, but I would never be able to find that out unless
Mm.
I took the action. So it's okay if you're gonna make mistakes. Like it's just getting you
Exactly.
every mistake is getting you closer to becoming the perfect coach that you want to be. But yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah,
don't get
because
good point. Don't get caught in that
the
paralysis. So I want it to
perfectionism,
be
right?
perfect because that's
Yeah.
deadly. That's deadly. Yeah.
Exactly. It's a trap. Perfection is a trap. People often say, okay, I'm just gonna figure things out first until I have this thing and this thing and this thing. Then I'm gonna go out. by the time they wasted so much time, other people are already making money. Like, this is what I've learned from Stephen. Just go out there. It doesn't have to be perfect. Stephen went just out there. He had an idea of what people want, which is time, which is what people wanted to have time. So Stephen just went, right, I'm just going to test it out and talk to the market then. Cool. So he went out, tested it out, and then he had an opportunity to find out what the market wants. And what the market wants was, they wanted to close more deals. In Realtors' case, absolutely. They wanted to close more deals, they wanted to make more money, and they wanted to hit 6 figures. So Stephen brought 2 amazing points in just the market alone, which is, number one, don't be stopped by perfection. Just go out there and do it. And number 2, make it all about them. And Stephen had, like, it's so interesting for him to say this. Like, first, I help you do this. I. That's kind of like the mentality majority of people. Even when I get personal messages, I help this and this. I can do this. I'm this. I'm this. I'm like, so what? So what? Like, I don't care. I say awesome, congratulations, but so what? Kind of like, I think that people have to get their head out of their bum a little bit and not be too, how do you say, like, self-absorbed, or I don't know, what is it? Like, kind of like, there's always about them, isn't it? Like about them. Like, they're so self-absorbed, I would say. Wouldn't you think so, Stephen?
Yeah, no, and that's what I think something because I guess when I got into coaching, it's like, well, what about me? What do and then I realized
Yeah.
coaching isn't about me; it's about you and or my
Mm.
clients and their results. And I think that's a mindset shift that comes with this business and helping people, is really letting go of our egos, which can be tough
Mm.
because it's like, I guess, yeah, it feels good to say I'm this or I'm that kind of person,
Absolutely.
but switching it to, it's not about me, it's about you, is huge.
Yeah, it's huge. It's all about them. It's all about you, making you feel absolutely the most important thing, making you feeling absolutely valuable, and making you feeling like really, really like special. Because that's the whole thing, isn't it? You can only sell what people want.
Mhm.
That's the whole key here. So Stephen made a really powerful point here, that it's all about the market. It's all about them. So take yourself out of the equation. Don't be stuck on perfectionism, because it's a trap. How many times have we been stuck, don't we, Stephen? Like me, myself.
Mhm.
Oh, I don't think it's the right message. Oh, I don't think it's this. Oh, I have to put this thing. Oh, and then long we go. Okay, results wise, not making much money. That's what happened. So fantastic point. I love it, Stephen. So that does that wrap up your point number one? All about the market.
Yep, all about the market. And yeah, I wanted to get into, yeah, my second point kind of, we
Mm-hmm.
were talking about it a little bit, and we're talking about it right now a little bit, making
Mm-hmm.
it about them. So what my second
Mm.
point was going to be messaging, like
Mm.
the mistake I made. So what I would say is messaging, short, sweet, and
Mm.
exactly what they want to hear. So my biggest mistake when
Fantastic.
I started out was sending these messages. I mean, I look back and sometimes I cringe at them, but like I said, it was all action. I learned from it, but I feel like it's like a paragraph, and I do this and I do that, and
Oh
I
God.
don't
Yeah.
know, and it's like all over the place. I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
that's no. And my point of that is, yeah, short, sweet, to the point, of what they want. And
Mm.
my theory behind this is uh, in today's society, there's so much
Mm.
things coming on, and this is something Izzy really
Yeah.
talking about, is the confused mind never buys.
Mm-hmm.
And I never really thought of that before until she
Yeah.
brought, she's like, Stephen, the confused mind doesn't buy. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh wow, like that makes a lot of sense. If
Yeah.
I'm out there and there's this message and it's long, especially today's day and age, we're bombarded. People are waking
Yeah.
up 9 a.m. messages,
Exactly.
stimulate, all this advertising. So if it's not short, sweet, and what they want, that's it can be bad. So I would say that's my second point. Really, is
Mm.
short, sweet, and clear messaging, not
Mm-hmm.
confusing. And like I said, Izzy really helped me with that. She's like, the confused mind doesn't buy, Steve. And I was like, wow, yeah,
Yeah.
that's,
Yeah.
and it's like, it was like,
Absolutely.
I just, my eyes opened. I'm like, oh boy, yeah, that's
Exactly. The
very true.
confused mind never buy. Because I remember when we were working together with your messaging, you read to me your messaging. I'm like, Stephen, I'm lost. I'm not
Yeah.
lost. I'm like, okay, because I don't remember exactly what it was, but basically, I was lost. So if that's the space that you kind of like creating, then the impact it has to your niche isn't going to be powerful because they're lost. They're going to say cool or smiley face or whatever, right? Like kind of like their standard answer. So like in a way, like what with Stephen, what we did was that we kind of like stripped everything down, and kind of like Stephen's messaging now only has, I think, about 4 lines, like, hi, how are you? The first line, offer the second line, and then let me know, Stephen. Like literally that kind of really sharp, really sweet, but very, very focused and very, very intentional, in the sense that intentional that what his niches wants. So, and then that kind of like shifted things for you, didn't it, Stephen? When you kind of like make it all about them, make it really simple, really sweet. That kind of like, I think I remember it kind of like transformed the way the response rate
Yeah,
for the people. Yeah.
exactly. And it's like short, sweet, to the point, and it makes sense if it's, would you love to close 1 to 3 deals every month and
Mm-hmm.
hit 6 figures, like, or whatever, but it's
Mm.
exactly what they want. So it's what they want, and it's short and sweet. So maybe not every realtor, but now after, like I said, I
Yeah.
took a lot of action. I understood this is what they want, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of just giving them what they want and taking myself out of it. Kind of like we talked
Mm.
earlier, instead of my ego and, well, I think they
Mm-hmm.
want this, and I should make it sound
Mm.
this cool copywriting, or I should
Yeah.
make it jazzy with all these words. But I
Yeah.
realized that's coming from a me mentality. What do I think looks cool with the messaging? But
Mm.
instead, I took that out of it, and I'm just throwing them what I already know they want, in a way, and it's way more effective.
Absolutely. And it's like kind of like bang on, I would say, kind of like that alone kind of increases Stephen's response rate. Because I remember when we did this in the morning, so Stephen went off and did his actions. I think it was within 3 hours, you booked like 2 calls.
Yeah, yeah.
And
It was like,
Stephen's kind of
oh,
like,
boom.
exactly,
Oh,
boom.
like,
And now
whoa,
he's
this
like
is.
very consistent in booking calls. Not that he's got magic superpowers. I'm sure he does. He's got Superman cape there. But it's just the transformation of making all about the market is key. Keeping it short and simple. Removing himself from, I can do this, I can help you do this, I'm an expert on this. Literally, like when people tell me that, I get like put off. Not put off, like I'm closed off. I'm like, so what? I don't know if you've gotten this message. Oh, I do this and this and this and this and this and this. I didn't even read past the first line. I didn't even read past the first line. It's kind of like a waste, doesn't it, Stephen? You put all that effort in,
And
but in a way
I
it's not
would,
converting.
yeah, I would sit there and think about the message, and it would be long. So then I
Mm,
would think, is it this part, or is it that part, or is it that part? And
yeah.
it was too long, and it wasn't that. It was, and like you said, if I step back and think, when I get a
Mm,
message like that that's so long, I'm like, after 3 lines, I mean,
yeah.
our attention spans are not too strong, I don't think, anyway. But it's after 3 lines, I'm like, my focus is gone from it, most of the time.
Absolutely. And like I said, with Stephen, I think it's got about 4 lines. The first line is hi, the last line is his name. There's only 2 main things, like 2 main lines, really short, really simple lines, but really spot on and intentional there. So, like, literally 4 lines, and he's done converting, booking calls, booking calls, booking calls. And you don't even have to spend a penny on ads as well, because as long as you know what the market wants is so important. Hi, how do I pronounce your name? Jibrin? I hope I pronounce it right. Jibrin, how are you? Hope you're awesome. Comment below where you're catching us from, okay? We would love to know. We are Californians, people, California. So fantastic. So Stephen just gone through 2 steps. Number 1 is make it all about the market, all about them. Take yourself out of the equation. Stop looking for perfection. Just go out and do it. Action before perfection. And then number 2 is also to keep it really short, simple, and sweet. Basically, simplicity is king, isn't it? Simplicity is king. People, I don't know, people tend to overcomplicate things so much. But like Stephen said, when he took out all the fluff and just give them exactly what they want, make it simple and focused, it's done, converting. 2 calls within 3 hours. So that is absolutely extraordinary. So Stephen, does that wrap up your point number 2 of making it short, simple, and sweet?
Exactly. And this gonna roll into, this is good. They're all rolling into the next point, I feel.
Fantastic.
Those are going
Yeah.
along. So
Uh-huh.
number 3, is really uh understanding what you want
Mm.
out of your messaging. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't, Izzy taught this to me, but it's attract, book, convert. Where
Mm-hmm.
before I didn't have an intention in my mind.
Mm.
This is more of a mental, I believe, what I'm thinking, and I would be like, I don't know, I didn't know what exactly I wanted. Maybe a conversation that I wanted to
Mm.
say, yes, I'm interested. I didn't know exactly what I wanted, but
Mm.
now having in my mind, attract, book, convert. So
Mm-hmm.
now I know once they're interested,
Yes.
okay, book, book. And I get that in my mind, but that was more of a mental train where before I'd be sending these
Mm.
messages and then maybe I get caught in a conversation with them. And I'm
Yes.
sure we can all resonate with that when you're in that
Yeah.
conversation, you know you're not getting anything, or they have the power role in you. They're asking you
Mm.
questions, and now you're thinking, oh man, like this isn't that I'm just spinning my wheels here. But it's really
Mm.
like I said, setting that intention. So short, sweet messaging, and then knowing what do I want out of this. I
Yeah.
don't want a conversation. I want to get them on the phone. So it's attract and then book. Oh yeah, Steve, I'd be interested. Hey, great. How's Friday look for you? I have 1 Pacific Standard or 3 Pacific Standard,
Mm-hmm.
or do Monday, or just, but knowing that that's my next step. It's
Exactly.
attract and then book instead of attract and then
Lost in
I would think I
conversation.
always thought,
Yeah.
oh, I want to book them on a call, but
Mm.
really letting that seep into my mind that get them on a call.
Fantastic. Absolutely. Because I think bottom line, people keep forgetting is making money, money in the bank. Of course, adding value comes to it. Adding value comes hand in hand when you are making money because exchanging money with your expertise, with your programs and products. I think people forget that, like making money. That's kind of like the main thing where you're doing business. Otherwise, you might go as well to get a job, a job. And I think like intentional, Stephen's absolutely spot on in that being really, really intentional. Why are you attracting these people in the first place? Once you've attracted them, book them on calls. Because otherwise, like Stephen said, you're going to be lost about whatever it is they're going to be talking about. Sure, they're going to ask this and this and this. Always bring back them to a call. Look, got that. Why don't we discuss this? Why don't we have a chat then and see if we can implement some strategies for you? I'm available at whatever times that you're available. Let me know. It's kind of like simple, isn't it? Like acknowledge them that they have kind of like questions or whatever it is. Just acknowledge. Always bring them back because otherwise you'll be lost. Was that something you were experiencing before too, Stephen?
Yeah, and to
Mm.
expand on that, I think is that is the self-confidence in myself where before I'm like,
Mm.
well, even as much as I wanted to book them on a call,
Mm-hmm.
I would still get nervous about it. I'd be like, oh, they
Mm.
responded, but and I don't think I would come through with that
Mm.
energy of I do believe let's hop on a call. Oh, what's the
Yeah.
price or the this or how's it work? But
Yeah.
I believe myself, hey, no, you want to hop on a call? We'll talk more about it. We can discuss
Exactly.
more. I can answer any questions you have, things like that. But really, that's an internal belief too that
Mm.
I lacked before was believing that, yeah, get them on the phone. I have
Mm-hmm.
the answer to their problem,
Mm-hmm.
and let's get this thing going. But that's an internal belief as well. But I would say to
Mm.
coaches out there, if you have that doubt, yeah, like, believe in yourself and trust that you do have what they want and you can help.
Absolutely. Exactly. And believing that you're the solution to their problem. Kind of, it's like the belief, isn't it? Trusting in yourself. And Stephen, I think you kind of like mentioned something really, really important there, which is, at times we kind of self-sabotaging ourselves in our own success. We do all this work and then suddenly, oh, this, and start to pull ourselves back, kind of like in a way self-sabotaging. That happens all the time. I don't think there's like kind of like it doesn't happen to me. It happens all the time to everybody. But I think like Stephen realized that okay, this, and he was like, okay, I'm gonna believe in myself. I'm gonna trust in myself. I'm gonna trust in my solution to helping people. And that's kind of big, isn't it, Stephen?
Yeah, 100%. I think I really believe that's one of those things that
Mm.
isn't talked about as much as that internal belief or
Mm-hmm.
self-sabotage. Because I
Mm.
think when I do it to myself, I think, am I the only one? I did all these work and this messaging, and
Yeah.
then I got what I wanted, and
Yeah.
I just want to crawl under the pillow and not get out. It's like,
Yeah.
but I look at myself and I think, what's wrong with me? And I feel, well, is that
Yeah.
just me? Everyone else wouldn't do that, but then I realize it's a similar thing that can really, uh, yeah, it's really important to. But I think it just comes back to even affirmations or believe in yourself and telling yourself every
Mm.
day or writing it down or whatever it is for you. But believe in yourself for 100%.
Absolutely. And I think one of our favorite kind of like declaration is like money magnets. We're money magnets. It's one of our
Mhm.
favorite things. It's kind of making you focused on things that are going to help you and empower you versus I don't think I'm good enough. I don't think I deserve this. I don't think, because you can get to choose which one that you're going to
Mhm.
focus on because what you focus on expands. That we love saying that we're money
Yeah.
magnets, we're power money magnets. I train my kids to the point that my daughter, 5 years old, is like, I'm a money magnet, mommy. I have a money magnet idea. She tells her teacher, my mommy is a money magnet. So it's like, because you say it all the time
That's
so
amazing.
much, it becomes your reality. Like money magnet, money magnet, money magnet. And it's kind of fun too, isn't it, Stephen? It's
Yeah.
actually like fun compared to, oh, I don't deserve this. I don't think I can do this. I'm a money magnet, right?
Yeah. And then I think, yeah, like you said, I'm a money magnet. And then I start saying it so much and I find like $1 on the ground. I find a
Mm,
quarter. And my mindset before would be like, a quarter, who cares?
yeah,
But now I'm just like, I'm a money. Of course that would happen to me. Money magnet.
absolutely.
Or the
Yeah.
IRS, they send me like money back for taxes. I was like, of course that would happen to me.
Yes,
Money magnet, dude. Like these small things,
exactly.
but just changes my mentality of how I would
Mm-hmm,
view them as like
mm-hmm.
I would just throw it to the side or not think about it. But I'm now reinforcing my belief, and
Yeah.
it can, I think maybe some people can say that's a little illogical, but I think it's important to come from that mindset, mind frame.
Absolutely. And it's all about, I think it's all about the intention, like setting your intention. Whenever, like my clients, I always tell them, set your intention. What is your intention? So all this is about setting your intention and be like really focused on knowing what you want. Like Stephen said, attract, and then you book them on calls, not da 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 da. Book them on calls, offer them an opportunity to speak to you, and then convert. That's it. That's all that we focus on. Nothing else matters except for these three. And of course, like what you believe in yourself matters the most because otherwise you're going to start to self-sabotage your own success. Like, for example, even for me, sometimes I book in calls easy. Suddenly, I don't think I can do this. And what happens to the call? Suddenly got canceled. That person doesn't show up. It really is like a belief system. So I think like getting ourselves unattached, isn't it, Stephen? Unattached. It doesn't mean anything.
Mm-hmm.
Unattached to cause, unattached to this, unattached. It doesn't mean anything. We're here for a purpose. We're here to stand in our power and to help people be successful. I think that's kind of like the bottom line, like we're always forgetting.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly like you said, or thinking of it as a bigger thing, like I'm a money magnet. So even if things might not go as I expect or people cancel
Mm,
calls, it's like, well, I'm a money magnet or I have the best system around. If you're not
exactly.
going for it, that's not my fault. Like I know you're the one missing out, but taking a more, I don't know how to say, a broader approach instead of getting so emotional about every little thing.
Mm,
This person didn't mess me back, they didn't show up, I'm a
exactly.
failure, and it just starts. It
Yeah,
can go quick, just as quick this way as it can that way.
exactly. And start to be paralyzed. But you always have to learn to kind of lift yourself back up again. That's why in our group we have a daily accountability post to kind of make sure everybody kind of like move forward every single day because not every day is going to be all unicorns and roses. So be intentional what you have to what you're offering and be focused. So basically for Stephen, attract, book, convert. That's all he focuses on and bringing them that. So we've done point number 3. So Stephen, I think we're rolling nicely into point number 4 then, the 5 power steps. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so number 4 power set today, I would say, is consistency. And this is something that I struggled with at the beginning for sure. I'd be like,
Mm,
okay, I got this plan. 10 days of action, 20 days of action, or
Yeah.
doing these things. And then I'd be, okay, the first day will be good. And then second day, but most of you could probably relate with this. Maybe you skip a day or two, and then it's like
Mm-hmm.
5 days. And then you're like, well, I'll just get back and I'll double up. And it just seems,
Yeah.
for some reason, it gets very difficult. But that's what I say, consistency, and not, doing a million things every day, but
Mm-hmm.
one thing, just to keep your mindset and keep pushing towards that. What's that? I think there's the Bruce Lee saying, like,
Mm-hmm.
man, I wouldn't fear a person that does one kick 1,000 times, if a person does one kick every day for 1,000 days. And that's the
Right.
key, just trusting and staying consistent in something, whether it be messaging, making a post, anything, doing something related to your coaching every single day. And I think not only does it build the habit of being consistent, it keeps you in that mind frame of, I'm a coach, this is who I am, and stepping into that role as a person. And if it's, because I think
Mm-hmm.
it's that's what I thought too. Maybe it's like coaching at the beginning, be like, oh, coaching's here, and then I have like my life here. But I
Yeah.
realize, if I really want this to be a business, and it should be something I love, and it shouldn't be a job and then
Mm-hmm.
my life. It should be one. Like, this should be
Yeah.
my life anyway, because I love it. It's not a
Mm-hmm.
job to me, and really accepting that those things blending together makes it a lot easier, I think, to be consistent with the.
Absolutely. So consistency, for those of you who are watching this, comment consistency. Comment consistency. And this consistency is something that Stephen and I talk about when we usually like meet up at the beach, each other. So we kind of do like our walks uh, and chat at the same time. So basically we get like 2-in-1 productivity hacks. So and this was one of the topics that keeps on coming up, consistency. Consistency. This is what happens in general. What people do, they do something big, nothing. And then they do something big, and then nothing. And then they do something again, and then nothing. And guess the results that they get is not that great. Just because, they don't, it takes momentum and velocity to build success. Momentum and velocity comes from consistency, whether we like it or not. And like, sure, we weren't born being consistent, weren't we, Stephen? But we had to train ourselves to be consistent every single day. Because some people think, oh, you're just consistent because you were born that way. Okay, I wish.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
We're not born like Stephen and I. We train every single day to be consistent. Like every day, we would focus on at least 1 to 2 things that we would do consistently every day. And then we kind of like build it up, don't we, Stephen? We kind of like layer it up once we've mastered the muscle.
Yeah, and I guess that's the thing I would recommend as well. Just start small. Like, it can be so small. I mean, 2 messages a day, one message, anything, but you want to build that internal belief. And this is something Izzy always talks about, is celebrating, like
Mm-hmm.
celebrating doing something. So maybe I send out these messages and I don't get any calls, and I'm like, oh my God, I start beating myself up. I sent
Yeah,
out all these things and no one's
yeah,
responding and nobody cares, and that was a waste. But instead, it's like, oh, I sent out these messages. I'm the best. I'm a money magnet. Oh my God, this is all going to
yeah.
pay off, sowing and reaping. But really, that mindset switch
Mm,
from expecting the action to give me immediate result, or if it doesn't, give
exactly.
me the same thing yesterday.
Yeah,
I did a worse job. But celebrating, hey, good job. Let me go for a walk for 5 minutes.
yeah.
Read my favorite book, or whatever it is, that to truly celebrate our, not only our financial wins, but the consistency and all of it together.
Yeah, exactly. And you touch a really good point there about planting the seeds. Like you've got to plant, you want to get the rewards. Like you say, it's not going to happen today, isn't it? The rewards. But in order for you to get the rewards, you've got to plant the seed today, not tomorrow or the day after. It's got to be done today. Today, like, starts from today. How else can we say the power of now, right? It's today. They want like big things. They want money, they want success, but they're not willing to plant the seeds. So how can you reap the rewards? If you want to have an apple tree, you've got to plant the seeds today. And for the tree to and then nourish it, all this water and love and everything, and then for it to grow and grow and grow, for you to take the fruits. And this I think this is kind of like the misconception that people have, that they want things fast. They want it right now, right now. But at the same time, they haven't planted the seeds. Is that something you experienced before? At least your clients have experienced before, Stephen?
Yeah, and I love the analogy that you put for planting the seeds, you know, because it's like I plant the seed, I dump a bunch of water on it, I want it to grow into this tree right now. And actually,
Yeah.
one thing a similar analogy I do with my clients is the bamboo tree. And if
Mm-hmm.
some people may have heard it before, but a bamboo tree, they plant in the ground, you have to nurture it for 5 years. So it's a really
Mm.
long time. So
Mm.
even if you think about someone outside watering something for 5 years, their neighbors would be like, dude, what is this person doing?
Yeah.
5 years, like nothing's showing. But then after 5 years, it grows like 90 feet in 6 weeks or something like this.
Absolutely.
And you can't, and it's tensile strength, which is the ability to pull it apart.
Mm-hmm.
It's stronger than steel. So not only does it
Mm-hmm.
grow tall, it grows strong, but that's an analogy, a perfect analogy of just planting it over
Yeah.
time. Because I say to anyone, you know, I made these, or my clients, I made these calls, sent out these letters, talk to my sphere of influence and people I know, and it's like you just nurture it, and trust in yourself, and that it will pay off. But it can
Exactly.
be hard. Like it's very hard when we don't see a physical thing, and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
man, it can be very disheartening sometimes, for
It
sure.
can. And I think if there's one thing that you can do in terms of consistency action today, is start to add people to your profile, whether it's in Facebook, whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's Insta, doesn't matter. But start to add people consistently every single day. Like in Facebook, you can think in Facebook, I think you can do a maximum of 20 before they start to block you off. So anything below 20 is cool. Like I would always say 10 to 15. And LinkedIn, you can do up to 100 if you want to, 50 to 100, 80, 90, doesn't matter. But the main thing is that you start to do this consistently, action, because actions produce results. So that's one thing you want to do consistently, is start practicing adding people to your profile, because then it gets like, say, 10% a day. In 30 days, it's going to be 300 more. Like Stephen, 100 a day on LinkedIn. In 30 days, what is it, 3,000? 3,000
Yeah.
new contacts, right? New
Mhm.
contacts kind of thing. So start to do that every single day. Like Stephen said, sometimes the thing is, what's funny is that people are listening. People are listening. We don't know they're listening, but people are listening. Whether you're posting this or that. I mean, how many times have we been on call, Stephen? They'll be like, oh, I saw your post about this, or I saw your message, or your this or that. How many times have you had that? And I don't even think, oh, they're listening, but they don't interact, but they're listening. So that's kind of like key too, isn't it, Stephen?
Yeah, no, for sure. And that's yeah, like trusting that everything is paying off. Everything is getting
Mm.
you somewhere. Like, but if nothing happened, no one watched it, didn't happen, but they might not watch it today, or they might not read it today, or whatever
Yeah,
it is. But in a week from now, a month from now, it's always there. They're gonna see it. They can go
exactly.
back. It's always gonna be there for sure. So I don't think
Absolutely.
back to the sowing and reaping. Every time you water the plant, it might not seem to do much, but it's doing something.
Exactly. Trusting that it's going to do something. But the thing is, you've got to put it in an action. Like, you've got to, like, do it kind of thing, rather than kind of like pulling back. Oh, no, and this and that. It comes back again to self-sabotaging, because I've got like people who have been following up since last year. Last year, I kid you not, last year. There's always, oh, this, oh, that, oh, that. No problem, no problem. But I'm keep on being consistent. And today, when I woke up, I'm like, hey, I would still would love a chat with you. Are you gonna be okay with that? I'm like, sure, I'm available at this time and this time. Let's book you in. You know, like Stephen says, you know, you just gotta trust that it's gonna reap rewards. But and also you've got to be consistent. If I'll be like, I don't care about that person, like I'm probably gonna lose a potential, like amazing potential client, aren't I, if I'm not consistent with that? So that's kind of like examples that we've seen in our own experiences, the benefits or the rewards that trusting in the process and being like consistent, being consistent, the results of consistency. Okay, Stephen, I think that kind of wraps everything up to number 5. What's number 5, Stephen?
And
Never
it's
mind
exactly what we're
flowers
talking
first.
about. Keep it rolling. Number five, I
Mm.
would say, is really just trusting, but in everything. Like for example, one of the biggest things I had when I went out, like I said at the beginning, who am I? Can I
Mm.
get results? Who's gonna believe in me? I
Yeah.
don't know. Who am I to charge any type of price? Like
Yeah.
all these self doubts. But I would say power move is like trust in yourself. You're here. You're in this group. You're in coaching. You're in your niche for a reason, and most
Mm-hmm.
likely because you really care about that niche. You really care about those
Mm-hmm.
people. Because a lot of times it's a personal experience you had, or something
Mm-hmm.
that you know you've seen how much it can change somebody's life, and you
Mm.
realize. So trust in yourself. Trust that in your messaging. Trust in your product. Trust
Mm-hmm.
in your program. Even if you're like, this is my first client I'm
Mm-hmm.
coaching. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
God,
Yeah.
he or she thinks that the best thing ever, but they don't really know. But trust in yourself. Like
Mm-hmm.
trust that it's going to work, and because it is because you're putting your heart and soul into this.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, that's what people feel, that when you get on a call with
Yeah.
them, or you give them your program or your videos or whatever it is, and they can feel that you put your heart and soul into it,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna eat it up. They're really gonna love it. They're gonna love you for it, because they're
Absolutely.
not gonna get that from. I don't think we get that from many aspects in our life,
Mm-hmm.
many services. Is someone that really like, especially for newer, like you said, when you get those first couple clients and things like
Yeah.
that, it's you're really putting your heart into it because you know how much you care.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Stephen brought up like I think like an amazing step there. Trust and also care. Like, like you've got to care about what you do. You've got to care about your audience, about your client. It matters because like you can really tell when people putting all their heart and soul and really being there for you. Like you feel kind of special. You do. You like feel like special. You feel like you're being cared, you're being valued, caring, because there's some people who are ruthless, totally ruthless. It's all about the money and everything. Whatever your problems is, just send an email, kind of thing. That the email has never been replied or what have you not. You really have to care about people, because otherwise, like, what are you in the business for? Because this is the business of helping people. So if you don't care about people, you're out. Because some people, they really are ruthless, aren't they, Stephen? They're just like robots. Click, 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 click. I'm like, oh my God, what have you turned yourself into then?
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
can get, and I think maybe that can happen too. For example, so we get into it for this, and then we
Mm,
turn into something else, and we forget, oh man, this is really what I care about. But I think, I mean, I'm
mm,
sure most of the coaches on here can resonate, or you can resonate with. There's no better feeling than when the client or the person you're
yes.
working with is just like, I really appreciate this, or I got this result, and it's for me, it's worth more than any money
Yeah.
that I got. And they're like, dude, this works. Like, thank you, or you changed my life, or you made a
Mm.
big difference for me. And that's
Oh.
like really important, I think. And I think we need to remember that sometimes, because we can get lost a little bit.
Yeah, you can get lost. I think that's absolutely incredible. There's no feeling like when you see your clients, the people you care about being successful. Like for me, it's about them making money. It's just absolutely incredible. Sometimes I just cry just because I know how hard they worked. And suddenly when I got the first, the first sale or second sale, it's just absolutely incredible. And trust. Oh my God, where can we start with trust, Stephen? Like for me, trusting in myself, trusting in the program, trusting in my clients, trusting in the structure, trusting in the creator. Like trust is absolutely key. It kind of like opens up a miracle. It opens up miracles to things that were not possible, but suddenly be made possible. Wouldn't it, Stephen?
Yeah, 100%. Like we talked about at the beginning, is that perfection trap, which is a huge one.
Mm.
And trusting that you don't have to be perfect, trusting that nobody is perfect, no matter what it
Yeah.
may seem. We all have faults. Everyone does something better or worse than everyone else, and just trusting that, like I said, if you care, you put it out there. That's all that really matters.
Absolutely. So for those of you who are watching this a little bit later, comment trust, okay? Comment trust. I don't know about you, but for me, when I start to being trusting, it opens up miracles in my life. Things that I never thought to be possible, came my way, whether it's like opportunities or money, or you name it. Like Stephen just got the money back from the IRS. The IRS could just say, Stephen, you owe us money, give us more
Yeah.
money. But because the creation and the trusting is absolutely incredible. Sometimes we lose trust, don't we, Stephen? We lose a little bit trust, especially like you said, oh, that person doesn't show up, or that person start to compare your program with another coaches, that person start to this and that and this and that. But coming back to trust, like 100%. It can only be okay. Maybe it's like 80%, but still, it's something. I think trust in yourself is absolutely key too, right? It's kind of like the starting point of things.
Yeah, just believe and just trusting yourself. As much doubt as you have, I think we've all had it, and even as the process goes along, it's always a new
Mm,
level, a new step, something else
mm,
we have to do, and it's like, who am I? I don't know, but if you just trust in yourself, some thing, amazing things will happen. Like you said, just things will start happening, and it's gonna blow your mind. But it starts with that internal trust. Yeah.
absolutely. Trust yourself. So, Stephen, let's wrap up. So, let's wrap up your 5 power steps then. So, the first one, let's wrap up all the 5 then, and then we're gonna kind of like tie it in a bow at the end.
hmm Yeah. So first one is like I said, it's all about the market. It's all about them, not you. Not I do this, I do that. What do they want? It's all about
Mm-hmm.
you. If I could help you do this, and understanding your market is a huge one. But like we talked about before, it's not about perfection. Get out
Exactly.
there, make a mistake that you're gonna learn along the way.
Absolutely. So all about them and action before perfection, because perfectionism is a trap. The longer you stay in perfectionism world, the longer you're not going to be making money, or more importantly, you're not going to be helping people, because you're kind of like, it's like you're playing sports, isn't it? If you rather be on the game, you know, hitting the tennis ball or something, than you were to be a spectator. So if you want to get the points and the trophy, you've literally got to be in the court. There's no other choice. There's no other way to do it. You want to get the trophy, you got to be in the court playing and everything. Because the Olympics, like all the Olympians, they're Olympians because they really get into the game, not spectators. So point number one, everybody, is market and perfection. Basically, let go of the perfection. So if you want to comment that below, okay, all about the market. And Stephen, what was point number two again?
Yeah. So number two is your messaging,
Mm.
short, sweet, and give them what they want. Like I said, one of my biggest mistakes was sending out these paragraphs. Oh, it makes me, like I said, it makes me like, ugh, when I look at it
Yeah,
now. But yeah, find out what they want, make it short, make it sweet, hit them right in the heart, hit them right where they're like, oh yeah, that's what I need. Or if it's not what they need, even you make a decision right there. They're
yeah,
either
you
in or
tweak
they out.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You tweak it. So keep your messaging short, simple, and sweet. Simplicity is king because the confused mind never buys. So hit them hard, not hard, but hit them right to the point of offering them exactly what they want. And you start to see a transformation in terms of people who are responding to you. I guess that's what happened in Stevens and to all my other clients too. So all about the market, short, sweet, and simple messaging was the third one, Steven.
And third one is know what you want in your mind, like booking
Mm,
calls. Like I said, Izzy's formula really changed my mind is attract, book, convert. Where before I was a little in, I would send
mm,
out messages, I'd be getting into conversations with people, and they'd be all over the place. But setting that intention more in your mind of knowing what you want. I'm sending this message to book a call, to get a sale, and going out, understanding what you want and setting that intention. So really about track, know your market, but then book, book, get them on calls, and yeah, that's the game changer.
and convert. Hello, Mo. Thank you for watching. How are you? So we're on point number 3 now. Stephen was saying it's all about being intentional with what you want, the outcome of it. So, because otherwise you can be lost. Like that's why Stephen is able to book calls consistently because he's very intentional. Attract, book, convert. Otherwise, you attract, you lost them in conversation, God knows what, and then you don't even have an opportunity to convert them. Or so that's why when you attract, acknowledge their kind of like the question, just acknowledge it, but offer them opportunity to have a call with you so that, hey, let's just discuss this more, or we can implement these strategies that can help you to do this. I'm available at whatever time, straight away. So that's how you're going to get a higher conversion rate, by being really, really intentional, clear, and focused. So we've got point number 3 there. What's point number 4, Stephen? Let's wrap it
Point
up.
number four,
Mhm.
consistency. So, like I
Love
said, you
it.
got your plan, you know what you want, but don't overthink it. Just do something every day. Whether, like as he was talking about, one great thing, even if you're not sure you're messaging or you can't message that many people a
Mm-hmm.
day, just start adding people, whether that be
Mm-hmm.
LinkedIn, Facebook, and it's going to add up. Instead of trying to do 100 people on Facebook a day, which isn't even allowed, they
No.
kind of ban you, but do,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, 10, 11, 10 a day. For 30 days, you have 300. You go to LinkedIn. If you know
Exactly.
your niche, you can go there and do 50 to 100. But even if you did 10 a day, it'd be 300. If you did 50 a day, it'd be what? I don't even know. A lot. So it adds
A
up.
lot.
It adds up.
Exactly. It's gonna be a lot. Consistency. Like, create yourself to be the queen or the king of consistency. You've got to practice being the queen or the king of consistency. It's a practice. It's a learnable skill. No one was born with this. No one was born with like a sales queen. No one was born. It's a learnable skill. Even just like one thing a day of adding 10 people a day to your profile, whatever platform you're on. In 30 days, it's going to be 300. In 10 months, okay, how many? How many? Thousands? 3,000?
3,000 a
Exactly, 3,000. So that is certainly better than nothing. And as you go along, you start to understand. But I love what Stephen says, don't overthink it, okay? Just don't overthink it. It's going to stop you, it's going to bring you back to perfectionism. Just go out and do it. Just go, do it, no attachments, done. Consistency. So you want to comment consistency. This is absolutely key to anything. Like one of my coaches, Brian, tells me, okay, Izzy, you want to do the work every day. I'm like, Brian, I don't want to work weekends. I want to be with my family every day. Brian, can I just have Sunday off then? Every day. Oh, God. Okay. So every day. Okay, sure, I don't work the full hour on the weekends, but at least 10, 15 minutes of just adding people and posting, I'm done. It's the consistency that matters. It's kind of like a muscle, isn't it, Stephen? Once you get used to it, I remember you said you went to Florida and then you kind of like, you came back. Oh, it's the consistent thing, isn't it? It's killing me. I didn't do it. And it's just like kind of like killing me. Yeah. Do you
Yeah,
remember that?
and yeah, 100%. And yeah, I was like consistent. I was like, I'm gonna take a break for a week, and I thought
Yeah.
I'd get right back into it, and like it didn't go the way I thought it would go. I'm like, I'm just gonna hop back into it, but I'm sure the anyone can relate, either work or like the gym. We go for a couple days,
Mm,
and then we're feeling good. We're like, oh, I'm in that rhythm, and then it's so easy to fall off and be like,
yeah.
oh, I'll get back soon. But yeah, just something. But even making it small, like you said, if it's the weekend, you don't have to do a 10-hour day or your
Yeah.
day off or you're on vacation. But even one little thing just to keep your mind
Exactly. A
in
10
this
minute
space
thing.
and keep your
Mm-hmm.
mind in consistent action.
Absolutely. And consistent. So it brings to the point of, sometimes, I mean, you don't have to like the actions, but you've just got to love the results. I mean,
Mm.
who wants to work every single day, right? But you've just got to love the result. And what's the results? Freedom of time, of money, of, you know, physicality. That's what we all want, isn't it? The freedom. Freedom of time, freedom of choices, freedom of money. That's kind of like I don't know about you, Stephen, but freedom is kind of one of my big things. Like, I get to spend time with my kids, I get to travel, I get to kind of like hire my husband a Ferrari. I can just get to do all that. It's the freedom of choice, isn't it? So that's kind of the thing that the impact of consistency has. You don't have to like the work, but you just gotta love the results. Do you love the results, Stephen? Do you
I
love
love
the
the
result?
results. Love
He
it.
loves
Yeah,
the
like you said,
result.
freedom, but I think even freedom to be your own boss. You
Mm,
know, like no one's telling you what you have to do, and everything you're doing it's for yourself. There's no one else. It's all for you. You get to reap the benefits. That's what's great about this. Just
Absolutely. And when
professional.
you get to work with amazing clients like Stephen, it's just incredible. It's just incredible. Stephen and I, we should go to the beach again, and do
And
the Baywatch thing. Oh, Stephen, we should just go to the beach and chill out. That's kind of, when I see Stephen and my other clients being successful, there's nothing like it. It's just, brought me to tears. Okay. So if I don't find the point, otherwise I'm going to stop crying. Okay. Number 5, Stephen, what was the last one that's going to tie everything
is
together in a little bow?
yeah, trust.
Mm.
Trust yourself, trust your program, trust your messaging. Just give trust to the world, like you said, the creator, the universe, whatever you believe in.
Mm-hmm.
See maybe something, believe that something has your back a little bit, and trust in
Yeah.
that. Because if you go out, like you talking about, what focuses on grows. So if I go out with a pessimistic, things don't
Mm-hmm.
work out with me, this isn't going to work. For some reason, I that's that just comes into my life. But if it's a trust, and like I said, if it's your first client or your 10th client
Mm-hmm.
or whatever it is, just trust that you're putting your heart and soul into this.
Mm-hmm.
You truly care about someone, and people will see that. And even if it's not perfect, they're gonna eat it up. They're gonna love everything you have to
Mm-hmm.
offer them.
Absolutely. And trust that the seeds you're planting is going to give you the rewards, because it's not going to be immediately. Some of it's going to be immediate. Absolutely. There are things going to be immediate, but the things are going to take a little bit of time, at the perfect moment for you and your clients. So trust that it's going to happen. Keep on going, keep on moving. Because I remember at the point where I first started like kind of like I haven't got clients yet at the moment, but I kind of have that vision that I got clients, I'm gonna be celebrating, I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna be, all that. Like it's as if I already have it. As if I already have it. I haven't got it yet, but it's as if the celebration is as if I already have it. And when it happens, boy, did it feel like amazing. And then the one after that, and then the one after that, because money attracts money. So all you got to do is just do the work, be consistent, trust in yourself, in your program, what you've got to offer, and keep on moving every single day. So, Stephen, what is your number one advice to everybody that's watching this video for today, tomorrow, and for a million years to come? What would be your number one advice?
My number one advice would be belief. Be a
Mm-hmm,
believer. Is that really what I want to say? Like, be a believer. Believe in yourself, and believe that anything's possible. You can help people. If you're in this on this video, if you're in this group, I'm sure you're out to help people, and you have whatever special talent, skill, you're here, you have it, and believe that people need it. Believe in yourself. Like, you can do it, no matter how daunting it may seem, or
mm-hmm,
how the situation might be right now with money or anything, how you feel in your life. Believe that it's going to get better, and even if it's great, it's only going to get greater. But having that internal belief, because that is what I think pushes us through when we're
mm-hmm,
down in the gutter. But not only
mm-hmm,
that, it's going to push us through when we're feeling good too. We feel
mm-hmm.
good. We say, it's because I believed in myself. I believed
Yeah.
that this was going to happen. And like you said, seeing it in the future and believing. But I would just say, really let that resonate in with
Mm.
you. I'm a believer. I believe in myself. And just no matter, because then that's what's going to put, like you said, whether you're feeling on top of
Mm-hmm.
the world or worst day ever, a belief is what's going to keep you in a
Yeah.
stable mindset. Keep you pushing through, no matter how
Absolutely.
good or bad it is.
Love it, believe. And if you guys have any questions, comment below, okay? Comment below. We've got a couple of minutes left, so comment below your questions. I think belief is absolutely one of the critical things, because here's the secret about sales. The secret about sales is that you've got to believe in yourself. The secret to sales is that you've got to believe in yourself. If you go on a sales call, booking a call, you don't believe in yourself, what you have to offer, the sales call isn't going to be high converting. I don't know whether you've experienced that, Stephen, but for me, when I have total belief in myself and what I have to offer and full confidence in myself, that's the moment where magic happens. Have you experienced that before, Stephen?
100%. And sometimes the belief is, I think, stronger than even the script or anything. Like if I go through the
Yeah.
script perfectly, I
Yeah,
could
we do
butcher
have
the
script,
script
exactly.
sometimes,
Hmm.
but I'm like, I got it in the bag. I know this is gonna work, and it works. Or some other time I'm like, but I went through all the steps, but there was that little bit of, I don't know,
Magic missing,
do I
yeah.
really doubt?
Hmm.
And it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's kind of scary
Exactly.
sometimes, but that's how it works.
It is. And obviously, with us, we have a script, we have a framework, we have all these techniques and strategies. But I think like one of the magic ingredient is believing in yourself and the confidence. It really is kind of like one of the secret ingredients to sales, to life, to relationship, the believing in yourself. It truly is magical. Oh, thank you, Maud. Glad I joined before it's over. Great points. Congratulations to you, Stephen. Congratulations to you, Stephen. And yes, there are times when we don't believe in ourselves, but and that's okay. It's gonna happen. That's okay. Just bring yourself back. Bring the focus back to you. Figure out what really matters to you, and figure out what really matters to you. What moves you. And sometimes what moves you isn't just necessarily money. Like what moves me is my family. So my family moves me all the time. So that kind of what moves you. So hold on to that, and then kind of like I don't know, like sometimes people are too attached to sales script to the point they cannot breathe. They forgot to trust themselves and believe in themselves. Like my coach once told me, look, on sales or on any enrolling environment, sales or whatever, you can just say sausage, 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 sausage. Flip your hair, and then you make a sale because it doesn't really matter of so much what you say, but the essence, the belief, the trust, the confidence that people are gonna kind of like, how do you say, like kind of like shine. They're
I
gonna
think
shine, right?
they just feel it off you as well, I believe. They're just gonna
Mm.
feel how you feel. Because if it's like everything is cool and then I'm like, yeah, Izzy, what's up? Let's hop on the call. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, and I'm like reading like line by, you're gonna feel that 100%. It's gonna be like,
Exactly.
oh, why was he so cool, or why was she so
Yeah.
relaxed? And then they just flipped in a second, like, oh, and I feel like I'm being. Then it's intuition, and humans have
Mm.
intuition. We can pick up when someone's being honest or dishonest to an extent.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And then you kind of like saying like you kind of like putting a lid to your self-expression, isn't it? Like you're not being yourself in a way. Not being yourself because you're so tied up. So you've got to really believe in yourself. Like for me, I can go on a sales call with or without sales script. It doesn't matter. Okay, I know the framework, I digested it, but if it's not there in front of me, I'm not gonna freak out
Mhm.
because the power and the belief that you need to have within yourself. Literally, you can just say sausage, 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 flip your hair, and you got the sale. Really is, isn't it? So, Stephen, how can people here get in touch with you if they want to work with you more? If there's any questions, just comment below. Thank you, Maud, for that kind of comment. So, Stephen, let everybody know here if they want to work with you because you work primarily with realtors. How can they get in touch with you?
Yeah. So the best way to get in touch with me is you can connect with me here on Facebook. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn, or you can just shoot me an email. Simply Stephen at stephenpaluszek.com. So yeah, it's really simple. You can reach out any of those ways. And even if you're not a realtor, if you're a coach, you're feeling
Mm-hmm.
stuck, or you resonate with what I talked about, or I would love to help you guys out as well. Contact me and I can share with you my story, or maybe just anything to help you guys out. I think it's an awesome community that you put together, Izzy. Seeing it
Thank
grow
you.
is really something exciting. So yeah, I want to help you guys as well. So if you need anything, if you resonate with anything and you want me to go deeper, explain it more
Mm-hmm.
from my experience, just let me know as well.
Fabulous. And Stephen, I believe that you offer a free consultancy session for those of you who are interested to have a chat with what you have to offer. Does that offer still stand?
Yeah, for sure. If anyone's interested, for sure, reach out to me. We can set up a free strategy session together and discuss a little bit more about your current situation and where you guys want to go and see if it's the right fit for you.
Exactly. And Stephen's got an amazing program, six-figure realtor system, right, Stephen? So it's basically helping
Yep,
realtors to
six-figure
hit six
realtor
figures.
system. And like I said,
Mm-hmm.
it's really about setting you up, organized plan, helping you scale up to six figures and beyond. Like I said, in this business, I think for realtors specifically, they go out, they get licensed, and then they're just kind of independent contractors. They're left out
Mm.
in an ocean and they're all lost without a plan. And that's where I come in, really build you a step-by-step game plan to hit whatever your goals may be.
Fabulous, fabulous. So, Stephen, I just wanted to say thank you so much for today, and for those of you who are interested to attract more clients and make more sales without a penny on ads or complicated funnels, get in touch with me. Comment me, or you can visit asaleaday.com. And just like Stephen, I also offer free consultation to help you implement some awesome client attraction strategies to help you kickstart in the right direction. Stephen, it's been absolutely wonderful to be chatting with you, and thank you so much for sharing with us your 5 power steps to book people on calls. I hope that people get lots and lots of value. I know I did. So if you got lots of value, we hope so. Click on the hearts and the likes button, okay? Click on the hearts and the likes button. It's absolutely incredible to see your success, Stephen. And we should go on the beach walk again, maybe sometime soon, huh?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm ready. It's getting warm. I gotta work on this tan. Like I always say to Izzy, I want to be more tan like her. I get jealous. So I'm
I
ready to go.
know
But yeah, very
we
grateful
gotta.
for this interview. Really appreciate everything. And yeah, anyone have any questions, comment below, or yeah, so I'll talk to you soon. Really appreciate everyone
Exactly.
tuning in today.
Exactly. For those of you who are going to catch us later, if you have any questions, just comment your questions below, okay? Stephen and I will catch up with you afterwards. So don't worry if you missed it or anything. We're always here to help and support you, because that's what we're about. Helping people be successful. Awesome. All right, Stephen, thank you so much. Have a fabulous day. Say hi to Casey for me. I hope it's Casey today, not Carrie or Colleen, whatever it is
I
that you've
forget
got.
myself.
I know you forget, so not here watching this, right? So Casey, say hi to Casey for me. I'll check. I'll connect with you soon, and we'll go on the beach. It's kind of like, chill out kind of thing after all this. Okay, bye
Sounds good.
everybody. May peace be upon you.
Thank you,
Thank
everybody.
you. Bye.